Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 24 of Result Report. There has been a lot to talk about, including the NBA Draft Lottery results from last episode. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 500 and getting on our last miles, and let's get into it. Okay, so we have two parts of the NBA to start with. To start off, we should do the conference finals rewind. Well, one team has already advanced to the NBA finals. The Denver Nuggets beat the Lakers 113-111. Denver with the complete sweep of LA, and they are going for the first time in franchise history, and they could win the NBA championship. And who would they face? They will likely have home court advantage because the Miami Heat have taken a 3-0 series lead against the Celtics, winning by 26 in Game 3 in the conference finals rematch and trying to get revenge on them. Gabe Vincent had 29 points in Game 3. Then also, Game 1 was a Heat comeback win, and Game 2 was too. The Heat finished on a 24-9 run after Jimmy Butler and Grant Williams. Things got heated between those two, and Jimmy Butler completely won that battle. 11 points in the final 6 minutes that he scored were guarded by Grant Williams. And then the second part of it, the NBA Draft Lottery results. So number one, the San Antonio Spurs. They are pretty much set up to draft Victor Wembanyama, and there's no doubt about it. They're definitely going to select him. Then number two, the Charlotte Hornets have moved up a little bit. The Hornets will likely draft Brandon Miller is now the second guy on the list. I say Scoot Henderson is Scoot Henderson is better for the Trailblazers, I'd say, who are also picking number 3, a surprise for many. And I would say, yeah, they're going to draft Scoot Henderson. I'd say the Hornets draft Brandon Miller, not because he's better than Scoot Henderson, but because they need a guy like him more with the height and anything like that. And then number 4 was the Rockets, who were projected to go number 1. Projected to go number 2 or 3. And then the Hornets only got to the Pistons only got to pick 5th overall in the draft, which most teams would say that's a good pick, but they were the worst team in the league with a 17-65 record. They had the number 1 pick in 2021, and they had the number 5 pick last year, and will have the number 5 pick again this year unless they trade it. But what I'm wondering here is for the Trailblazers, if they draft Scoot Henderson, if that is going to be a new superstar, if they're going to maybe get rid of Damian Lillard possibly. He hasn't done much. He's just carried the team. But that franchise is loaded with guards. They've got Shaedon Sharpe out there. They've got Anthony Simons. They've got Damian Lillard. They've just got they're loaded with guards. So are they going to draft him or one of the Thompson twins? That does it for our NBA Rewind. Now on to the National Hockey League. The Stanley Cup playoffs are also coming around on a close. A great way to do it. It goes for one day. There's an NBA game and an NHL game. Then a next day, NHL and NBA game. So also, the city of Miami must be overjoyed after last night the Carolina Hurricanes were taken down by the Florida Panthers. They only have 3 goals in 3 games in this series. They were shut out. Sergei Bobrovsky was given the first star out of the 3 stars. Just in case FYI, the 3 stars are given to the 3 best performers. They can be on the winning team or the losing team. And so Sergei Bobrovsky, goalie for the Panthers, was given the first star. And the Panthers fans and Heat fans should be overjoyed. Both around the city of Miami, and they're both up 3-0. 1 game away from the NBA Finals and 1 game away from the Stanley Cup Finals. And the Panthers have won 8 road games in a row, actually. And speaking of that series, it took 4 overtimes in Game 2. Not Game 2. Game 1, it went to 4 overtimes, and if you take away commercial breaks, then that would be an hour and 2 hours, 19 minutes and 47 seconds of play in that game, and then that's without commercial breaks. It started at 8 and ended at 1 p.m. 5-hour game length. And it took Matthew Tkachuk scoring the Game 1 overtime goal, and then he also scored the Game 2 overtime goal. And that put Carolina in a must-win situation, and they could not pull it out, no way. There's not been many goals scored in this series, but there's certainly a lot more to come in these playoffs. Then also, the Golden Knights and Stars are in a tough series. It's supposed to be tied 1-1, I'd say would be what I projected, except Vegas is now up 2-0 after 2 overtime goals in this first round. The Golden Knights have to travel to the Stars tonight, and I'm going to be making my pick on that. I have got the Stars winning this game. I don't see Dallas going down 3-0. Then the Stanley Cup final is pretty much set. Golden Knights versus Panthers. Basically what I wanted to win the series once the conference final started. Vegas is looking for their second Stanley Cup final appearance in their 60 years of franchise, which is very impressive. They have not had a losing record yet, and there is a lot more to come in this franchise and for them to do. That's it for NHL Rewind. Correction for the Panthers-Hurricanes game length that I did in the NHL segment. I said it ended at 1 p.m., but actually at 1 a.m. I'm sure you were able to figure that out. A quick MLB update here, because I haven't really talked about that this year. Leading each division, this team started, the best team in the league is the Tampa Bay Rays. They started off red hot, 13-0, have not played well since then. They've gone 22-14, that's decent, but that's not going to get you a division leader. The Rays are first in that division. Then second is the Baltimore Orioles. And people are talking about the Rays so much, but not so much about the Orioles. I think they are going to mess up people's playoff brackets. And yes, I said playoffs, and they could go to the World Series and possibly win it, but that's a far stretch. I think the Orioles could win that division. Then right behind them, the New York Yankees. I know they were pretty good last year. They are 15. They were at once 15-15. Went on a bit of a losing streak with Giancarlo Stanton, who's still injured right now, and then Aaron Judge, who is on a 10-day IL, but he is right back in it and playing really well right now. Yankees are currently 29-20, a couple games behind the Orioles, 3 games exactly, and they are on a big winning streak. Speaking of that, they've won 14 of their last 19 games, and they're maybe the hottest team in the MLB right now. On to the AL Central. The Minnesota Twins are actually leading that division right now. Had a bad year last year when they were supposed to be pretty good. Aren't too good right now. 25-23 record, followed by the Tigers, who are trying to come back. And then the Guardians are third. They're a really good team, but haven't shown it yet. And then on the AL West, it is led by the Texas Rangers, who've been leading that division the whole season and still lead it by 1 game now. The Houston Astros are playing really well, coming back on that, defending World Series champions. I think they could repeat, but I don't think they will. Then the Angels and Mariners are fighting in there, and then the Athletics in their last are the worst team, and they're not going to win 50 games this year, I don't think. The National League is led right now by the Braves and the Dodgers, best teams in each league. The AL East is led by the NL East is led by the Braves, and then followed by the Mets and the Marlins. And that's a pretty good division. The Nationals are obviously going to finish last again, but the Phillies are pretty good, made it to the World Series, not playing, they're like 500 record, a little bit under. Marlins are 500, Mets are 500 a bit, but those teams are all really good teams. They're just not showing it right now. The NL Central is led by the Milwaukee Brewers. The Pirates led it at a record of 20-8 one time this season, but they have really given that record away quickly and are now second place in that division. And the Cardinals are third place in that division too, playing really, really well right now, and also were like at one point 14 games below 500. And then onto the last division, the National League West is led by the Dodgers right now, playing really well right now. They started off 10-11. I don't think the Dodgers are going to end up being very good. I just don't think that they are that good of a team anymore. I say they should go sign Shohei Ohtani in free agency this season, though. And then next in the division, the Diamondbacks are a not noticed team. 8 games above 500 right now. 4th best team in that. They would be the wild card team, 3rd best team in that league, and the rest of the division isn't playing too well right now. Padres especially. Giants aren't very good. Rockies aren't very good, but especially the Padres. But expect something from San Diego this season. That does it from our MLB Dugout. Thanks for tuning in to episode 24 of Result Report. We did NHL, NBA, and MLB this episode. Make sure to subscribe so we can reach 500 subscribers on to our final miles of this race, the Result Report 500. And if you can, leave a comment and like, and peace out.